All right, everyone. Hey. So, yeah, we're going to. I would really like to finish this up in this session today. To finish the inventory mock-up. It's been dragging out a bit. There have been a lot of interruptions, such as life, but I've made pretty good headway on it. It's going to be a pretty quiet dev session here. But so, I made pretty good progress on the right panel here, highlighting whatever item that you are selecting. I will have like a like a highlighted section here. Although now I'm probably going to make this left panel darker to reflect that so the highlight isn't like super bright. But yeah, I was working on the category, the item categories here, so like, main hand, offhand, consumables, and spells. And also I'm going to fill this in. But I'm really feeling pretty solid about that. This looks kind of off-center for some reason. Oh, I think it's because like of this highlighted section. So this is very good for me to talk about out loud with you all because it definitely helps. Let's see. Let's make sure there's some music playing. This is very interesting indeed. I don't think there's any music showing up. If this doesn't work soon, I'll just not have music this time. Very strange. But it worked last time with the same exact setup, but now it's not. Alright. I guess we're gonna drop the music this time. Very interesting. Okay then. let's continue on our game here. But yeah, I will have the chat open. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Even still. Alright, I found the answer here.
One is called the king protea. I'm going to try show you.
Strange, but
these flowers
are
exceptional. Okay, so this is the smaller of the two white ones, right? This one is quite a bit smaller than.
I want to give you guys a good experience.
Oh. I mean, look how thick the stem is. Isn't that something magnificent? Isn't this just breathtaking? Magical. I can stare at these flowers for ages. Thank you to the Carolina Flower Fund. For such sacred blessings. I'm so glad I get to share.
By the way, I'm probably going to end up making a post at some time about this, but like anybody on social media following me, like on X, if you follow me expecting me to follow you right back, like I'm not gonna follow you right back just because you followed me. I really don't care about the ratio of like people that I follow versus people that follow me. If people follow me, let it be because you actually like what we're doing. And I don't play these games where it's like, oh, you know, I feel my self-worth is higher if I have more followers than the people that I follow. It's just like, I'm just making a game, guys. I mean, I'm not just. It's kind of a big deal, but yeah. I got more going on in my life than to be worrying about stuff like that. But anyway, that's just my opinion.
That's what triggers it. If ever you were looking for the precise.
Alright, let's see where the layer is on this.
All of this purging, all of this grief, all of the dark nights of the soul, all of the feeling discombobulated as the light worker that you are, that is it right there. It is the influx of truth in the presence of untruth, which initiates alchemy, which is, of course, the dissolving of one frequency into another, the dissolving of one realm into another. So as you catalyze what we're about to step into today together, the Kundalini rising, the Kundalini awakening, what you're doing is creating a pathway back home. You're creating a pathway, a stargate, a portal, whatever words we want to use. That's what the Kundalini rising is. So can you imagine, just give yourself the visual. If you're not visual, give yourself the feeling of what that is. When I describe to you that Kundalini is truly something that begins underneath your feet in the core of the earth and is drawn up through the center of your body from the root chakra. It is drawn up through what is called the central core column. Self-explanatory. The central core alignment of energy upon which all of the chakras are resting and aligned. But now they're coming into a higher alignment because why? What you're drawing up through the root chakra. You're drawing up from the ground, from the earth that is in the process. This is the exciting part. The earth, remember I said it, nature is beginning to realign to her original template. So when you're drawing up from earth, you are drawing up that higher octave now, that higher alignment now. This is where evolution and ascension and spiritual growth, personal growth becomes so seamless and easy when we realize we're doing this in the presence of so much support. We're doing this because there are great ones, such as the planetary consciousness herself, doing this right alongside us. Not for us, but with us. So we're drawing up that pure earth consciousness now. And sometimes that takes a moment, because we're used to tapping into what I want to refer to as the old earth template, the old earth energy, which is of heaviness and corruption and confusion and pain and trauma, because the earth was holding that for us, because that's what she agreed to do. As a planetary consciousness, that's what she agreed to do. But that agreement is tapering to an end. And it has already, for many years now, primarily since the 2012 shift point, begun every single second of every moment, of every week, of every month, of every year. That consciousness that is our planetary body is beginning to align to more of her own truth. If she does that instantaneously, guess what happens to us? Because some of you might be thinking, well, why doesn't she just dabble, go and do it? I mean, this is a highly evolved being, right? Planetary consciousness. We've got many names: Earth, Eden, Gaia. Why can't she just snap into her truth? Let go of the old garb of the illusion, the trauma, etc. that she was holding. And the truth is, because we wouldn't make it. It would be too sudden for us. That's why. It wouldn't be too sudden for Eden, which is the name of the true planetary higher consciousness. Some people call it Gaia. I call it Eden. Gaia's never resonated for me. Eden. That's our seventh dimensional home. That's what Earth is going to be holding. We will be the fifth dimensional creatures upon a seventh dimensional planet. I know. We're going to do Eden as a theme, you guys, one day in the very near future. But until then, here's what's new. There's a moment that when you connect with the planetary consciousness, and don't you worry, you can do it now as I'm talking, but we're going to do it as a process together in a few minutes. You almost have to consciously go beyond the limits, the constructs, the known of what was there when you connected with the old Earth. And go almost like you're dropping roots beyond that limitation of the known into this vast multidimensional heart, pulsing heart presence of universal and cosmic consciousness. That is the core of Eden. So that's where the Kundalini comes from, core of Eden. And it goes through your core, through your central core column of light. And when it does, every single chakra stops being a single chakra and starts being what it was always in the divine matrix, one interwoven field of alignment. So in other words, we've primarily been aware of the 7 main chakra points. The truth is there are much more than 7, but that's okay. Let's just imagine that there are 7. We've imagined them as these 7 separate individual things, when the truth is we're going to amalgamate them as we come closer to our divine template. Those chakras stop being separate from each other. Right now they have an energetic membrane that surrounds each one that keeps them separate, and they start to leak, but in a very beautiful way, into each other. And as we draw that Kundalini up, that so-called leaking, which is really just the merging of these cosmic intelligences that are the chakra points, it becomes one unified harmonic. And that one unified harmonic will need an exit point through the body. And that exit point through the body becomes the pathway. And that's what I said to you. Visualize or feel that. Visualize or feel that pathway from the ground, drawn up through your body, felt through your being, released through the crown of your head, and then connected with the cosmos. Now, when I say release to the crown of your head, what I want to just prepare you with before we go into our energetic process is something that I've spoken about so many times. I always use my little signature sound when I describe it to you, right? When I talk about the crown opening. That's that sound, that little click. And it's this, it's like a little pop open. So imagine that there was a hinged door above the crown of your head, which is not a hinged door, it's actually a very, very thin membrane, energetic membrane. But nonetheless, it's lovely for our imagination to imagine that we've got like a little door or a little cap. And you're visualizing that lifting. What you're doing is you're permissioning it. You're actually instructing the field to do what it's designed to do what is natural to it, and that is to release this shower of light that the Kundalini is. And when you do that, the sacred moment is upon you. Because in that moment, the earth beneath you and the sky above you are in direct communion with you. They're in direct alignment because of you within you. They dance within you. You become their dance floor. They become the dancers. They come into one sacred space to meet and merge with each other. And you may say, well, Carrie, why don't they just do that on their own? Why do they need me, some silly old little human, to dance their dance with, to have their interaction with? Because we forget how sacred we are. We forget that we have a sacred role. We forget that we're cosmic beings. We forget that we are a bridge. We have such a special place in the universe. We serve as the divine conduit or the bridge through which physical form and ether can meet. The earth is the physical form, the sky is the ether. The earth and the heavens meet through us because we're designed to host such an interplay. Isn't that an exquisite remembering of what you are, who you are? And doesn't that also explain to you why you so often find yourself seeing both sides of the story, for example? Maybe being a peacekeeper in your family, for example. Maybe bringing people together. Maybe wishing people could come together. Because what does a bridge do? What is the nature of a bridge? It's to connect people, to connect thoughts, to connect ideas, to introduce one energy to another. So as the cosmic conduit, that is part of your divine gift. Let's talk, before we do our energetic process, we're building up to it, let's talk about the cold. We imagine, most of us, Kundalini energy to be red, and we imagine it to be hot because it's red. We imagine, and it makes sense, doesn't it? You're drawing up from the ground beneath you. So in your mind's eye, you could be imagining like you're going into the deep lava, that molten hot stuff that's deep within the earth. You're imagining that you're going into that and you're drawing it up, and that's that Kundalini life force. So we tend to think of Kundalini as radiating heat, but it doesn't. It radiates cool, it radiates cold. And as we do this work with the Kundalini, and here's where you're going to understand why it's cool. The Kundalini is your pathway to the sun. It is your cosmic portal.
I don't get this.
So the pathway comes through your body up to the sun, and the sun is cool. We've lived in a false matrix. It's an imprinted matrix. We see left is right, right is left. Everything's been upside down, and we believe the sun is hot. The truth is that space is cold. We perceive the sun as hot because when the sun interacts with our atmosphere, we get hot. It's the interaction of the sun's light inside our atmosphere that causes us to experience heat. And I'm speaking now from an energetic perspective. I'm not speaking from a scientific perspective. I don't understand things from a scientific perspective. I speak the language of energy. I see energy. I understand it. And what I'm explaining to you is the energetic nature of the interaction between the sun and our planet, and also between the sun and your body. So there are times where you're going to be energetically working with the sun, like we're going to do now in our upcoming energetic process, because we're going to be doing Kundalini pathway to the sun. And that cool energy can come down into your body, and you may interpret it as cool and think you're doing it wrong. Why am I suddenly so cold? Now you understand. It's a portal. People walk through the sun. Spacecraft fly through the sun. The sun is not what we've been told it is. It will not vaporize you. It's literally an access point to other dimensions, other galaxies, other planets. Sometimes when you interact with the sun and the cooling energy of the sun, and it comes into your direct atmosphere, in other words, your direct field, sometimes we can interpret that as heat. So as much as I'm saying the energy is normally cooling, you can get your wires crossed, and you can also experience heat, waves of heat. You can experience both, which is normally what I do. I experience hot and cold, and it's just a very weird sensation. Half of me will be boiling and the other half of me will be freezing. And
There's something funky going on.
Whatever you experience, your experience is exactly the perfect experience for you. So I want you to let go of this idea that you're meant to have energetic experiences in a certain way, with a certain flavor, with certain nuances that you believe will determine whether or not you had a breakthrough. Let all of that, let all of that go, so that you can really be with what is. Let's come into this Kundalini experience with another potent power. It's a very unassuming power, and it's the power of humility, to be humble. That is the power of humility. And humility is a power that we are very quick, but I say we as human beings, as spiritual people, are very quick to dishonor, because we have misunderstood the nature of humility. We have perceived humility as a weakness. We've perceived humility as self-sacrifice, sometimes as martyrdom. We've very much crossed wires, purposefully so. This was the nature, we know this, of the false matrix. So the truth about humility is this. If you come into the Kundalini experience like you're going, yeah baby, I'm gonna open that Kundalini, it's gonna fly through me, I'm gonna have a cosmic organism, wow, that'll be a new one. I'm gonna have a cosmic orgasm, and the sun is going to feel me, and I'm gonna feel the sun, and oh my god, it's gonna be so sacred, so amazing. My enlightenment, my intuition, my cosmic senses, my healing abilities, I'll predict the future, I'll know all there is to know. What is that? That's the ego trying to direct your lights. That's the ego trying to control the experience based on what it thinks the Kundalini awakening should look like, forgetting that your awakening and mine have already been different. Your spiritual path and mine, totally different. It's not because one is right and wrong. It's because yours is yours and mine is mine, and it's meant to be. But you must honor yours completely, and I must honor mine completely. So humility is that superpower that when you work with it, you come in unassuming but accepting. So it's not entitled and demanding. This really allows for miracles to unfold. Don't dismiss this and think, oh yeah, whatever, humility. And I say this, do you know why? Because in all honesty, when I was a kid, my mom spoke to me about humility so often, and I dismissed it every single time because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that it had power. I didn't understand what it was. I thought it was to be meek and to be a pushover and to be weak, and I didn't get that the true gifts of the universe come when you're humble. They don't come when you're entitled. And I'm not saying that you're sitting there entitled. I'm saying it's an easy trap to fall into, that we perceive of an awakening to be in a certain way instead of allowing. I'll say the word for a third time. Allowing it to be what it is. So now, you've actually already had the first part of today's energetic experience, and that was when I described to you the pathway. Because the truth is, and I'm sure you know this, the truth is that I can't describe something to you and have you hear it without you interacting with it. So without you realizing it, what we've already had is a trial run, and now we're going to have the real deal. So appreciate how energetically tuned in your body already is. Now I must tell you, we're in the middle of big wind and rainstorm, so if you hear a lot of noise from the outside, that's what it is. Very beautiful. Nature has been very wild in my neck of the woods today. All right, my loves. Do the wiggle. If you're new, welcome. And this is our crazy. This is Plasma Light Drive Gunna Crazy. And this is where, oh God, you stretch, but you stretch however you need to. You don't stretch the way I am or the way the person next to you is. If they're also a Plasma Light Drive member, you stretch in your way. And that's the wiggle. The wiggle is about, and today's wiggle is really important. It's about creating fluidity and space for flow to happen.
Save this twice.
Loosen, loosen, loosen. It also helps to connect you with your body.
And
close your eyes if they're not already closed.
wait.
Give yourself a couple of nice inhale, exhales, and on the exhale, just open your mouth and sigh.
I think I'm gonna sharpen this.
Don't.
But also, I want it to be the correct color.
If you're not present with it. Do not be driving your car right now. Do not be walking around right now. Do not be watering your garden right now. Be here. And if you can't, press pause and come back when you can. The only way to be here is fully. That's it. There's only one way to show up to this now, and that's with everything that you are. And all that you're becoming. Because there's a field of potential that is opening here now. Beneath your feet is the ground. Keep your eyes closed and allow yourself to feel what I'm speaking to you. Beneath your feet is the ground. Just feel it. Yeah, there's the ground. And in the beginning, for you, when I say feel something, you might mistakenly think, okay, she means like put my feet in, bang my feet on the ground a little bit so I get a physical sensation. I'm talking about the energetic sensation. And if you can't feel the energetic sensation, I promise you it comes. I promise you you're not failing. I promise you you're okay. Just stay in the room with those who can. And then imagine that you're doing it too. Just start there. Just imagine. And I know you can do that. Feel, therefore, feel or imagine the ground beneath you. It's like an electric energy. You may feel it in a different way. It's like an electric energy. You may feel it pulsing. You may feel it rippling. However you experience it, go down, 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 deep. Almost like you've got a tap root and you are dropping that root, baby, all the way down, deep. Deep into the earth. Now here's the magic. I want you to drop beyond where you are into the realm that is. Because what our earth, it's becoming Eden, what our earth is in the process of doing is holding her Eden light, her higher light, her higher alignment. It literally lives, breathes, yes, pulses, you're getting it. It is. It is not something we're wishing and hoping and praying for and wanting for. It is. And when you allow yourself to drop beyond what you have known Earth to be, you're entering entering a new relationship with Earth. You're entering a new realm called the divine. Your taproot is there. And your taproot is an energetic taproot, and what it's going to do is exactly what it is designed to do. Its nature has already begun to soak into itself, to draw into itself. The divine sustenance of Earth's higher consciousness. You are drawing this up from so deep, from the core of the planetary heart. This is a being of supreme wisdom. This is a being of supreme power. Now, whilst that is soaking up, and it happens very quickly, whilst that drawing in, soaking in, slurping in of the divine occurs through that root and traverses up through your root chakra, your base chakra, your root chakra, also known as the perineum, that's its physical location on the body. As this drawing up occurs, it begins nice and gentle, nice and slow, to soothe its way into your physical body. And what you're drawing in, this is Earth's core, it goes into your energetic core as well as your physical core. Always remember this when you're working with energy, it knows where to flow. You don't have to direct it. We do not micromanage higher consciousness. We allow it to flow. We allow it to go exactly where it knows to. So what you experience, therefore, is soothing, easing, relieving, flowing divine light, just making its way oh so casually, oh so comfortably through your body. And because it's carrying Earth's core energy into your core, there is that liquid light, a feeling of liquid light. It has the texture of something very smooth and honey-like. And you're drawing it. Oh, that changed things for you. I just felt that when I told you it was honey-like. Then you got a deeper sense of, okay, it's not as ethereal as you maybe thought it was. This has substance. This is Earth. Of course it's got substance. Earth knows how to be physical and ethereal at the same time. So when you draw in the energy, the ethereal Earth energy, what you draw in is something that has solidity and substance. And don't you love how it just spreads? Feet, body, arms. You allow. You don't say, hey light, go up to my chest. Hey light, move to my arms. You allow the light to move into all of the parts of you. So we're just going to let that play in the background. Okay? We're going to let that happen in the background. And here's something beautiful that I want to share with you about your sensitivity. And yes, you can meditate and listen. Yes, you can do this. These teachings land deep. Here's the deep truth. You are sensitive. That's why you're a light worker. Your sensitivity is the means and the mechanism that allows you to absorb light. sensitive people are like sponges. They draw things into themselves. It's their nature. It's what they do. The difference is that you didn't know that you should or that you could draw the highest light in the room into you. In fact, you felt that you weren't deserving of it and shouldn't do it because you imagined that your role was to carry pain, darkness, and trauma, so you did. Because that's the nature of the sponge. The sponge holds. The sponge holds energy. But what you forgot until now is the nature of your sponge-like sensitivity is that it is drawn to the highest light in the room. It is drawn to the highest light that you're in the presence of. It is drawn to. And now with your permission, able to switch. Oh, just feel this, able to switch into a new directive, and that is to draw into yourself the highest light, not the deepest, darkest density, but the highest, most divine light. Your sensitivity is what enables you to do this. It's what equips you to do this. Imagine if you really did shut this down. Look, you could always rekindle it because it's your nature. But now you understand why you could only ever be empathic, why you could only ever feel things so deeply, even if it was that you felt pain so deeply. All that means is you're sensitive. You have a gift, but now we're switching gear. Your body's learning to answer to a new and a higher directive, which is to drink into itself the highest light, to sponge into itself, to soak into itself. The highest, purest, most divine light. And when you do the nature of this light worker sponge, when you do that, the light ripples. The light ripples, the light expands, the light radiates, the light resonates. But right now, can you feel how your body is just containing that light? Because we're in amplification mode. So what you're going to start experiencing now, drawing in that light through your roots, silky smooth golden honey, and you don't have to see gold, you can be red, it can be blue, it doesn't really matter. It's got that beautiful, soothing, liquid, warming honey-like texture energetically, and you're breathing that up through your body. But this is where the amplification occurs, because now there is more. As if there's another wave. Yes, there is. Another wave of this light has just come in. Yes, it has. Another wave. Because the earth knows what you're doing while you're here. It began preparing before we even had this conversation. Before you ever pressed play, the earth was poised, waiting for you to come into this field with it. It's got all these waves. There's another one. And your body just draws it in, soaks it in. Now you may find that there are spots in your body that seem to not be able to feel that amplification. You may find that, you don't have to. You may find that your legs find it easier to hold the energy and it might feel a little bit odd for the upper part of your body to hold the energy. So now I want you to allow. Oh yes, please. I want you to allow the ripple of the light that's being drawn up through the base. I want you to allow it access to your heart, and when you do, it ripples from your heart to the left and to the right of you, into your arms, up and into your arms, from the heart up and into your arms. Very good. Very, very good. That's it. And now imagine or feel, remember this, imagine or feel that that light that you're soaking in is being drawn up your neck.
One day.
And up into the base of your brain. And up through both hemispheres of the brain, and then it touches up against the top of your scalp, and it starts to gather and pull right underneath the crown. Now hold on a second, hold on. We're not going to flip our lid. You gotta love that. We're not gonna flip our lid right now. You can smile while you meditate, it's cool. What you're gonna do, just listen to the following. Keep your eyes closed. With your eyes closed, imagine, as this energy is now pooling, amplifying, imagine that, or in fact, don't even imagine, you can do this for reals, keeping your eyes closed. Move your eyes up as if you're looking up, but you're keeping the lids of your eyes closed. So you're moving the eyes up as high as they can, and then down as much as they can, and then to the left as far as they can, and then to the right as far as they can. Then, still always keeping eyes closed, I want you to roll your eyes in a full circle to the left and a full circle to the right. And it's okay, it feels weird. It feels weird, so let's just do it again. Imagine, go beyond imagine. I want you to really do this now. Look up, keep your eyes closed, but look up. Keep your eyes closed and look down. So you're moving your eyeballs, you're feeling yourself moving into the left all the way, as far as you can go, to the right all the way, as far as you can go. And then you're going to make a circle, like you're rolling your eyes to the left, and then you're rolling your eyes to the right. Now, this is where it gets so weird and wacky. I want you to imagine that you're squinting. Again, eyes closed. Now do it. Go beyond imagine. Now do it. Squint, but keep your eyes closed. You know how to squint. Like you're looking at the finger in front of your nose. And it's okay because you're going to feel pressure building. I promise you, it's okay. Look up. Look down. All the way to the left. All the way to the right. Circle your eyes to the left. Circle your eyes to the right. Look, squint. It's just a buildup of pressure. If you feel that while you're squinting, it's just a buildup of pressure. We're going to do it one more time. Look up, eyes closed, but looking up, eyeballs looking as high up as they can, as if they're going to see something right there at the top of your brain. And then they're going to look down, as deep down as they can go. Then all the way to the left, and then all the way to the right. And then you're going to circle to the left and circle to the right, and then you're going to go squint. And as you do, it's okay. You can feel, you don't have to, but you can feel a lot of pressure building up in the head. You're good. Now open the flap. Oh, you deserve that one. You earned that one. That's it, remember? There's that energetic flap, and your permission allows the light that was brewing and building and gathering and surging and flowing. And oh my God, did you just feel that as the flap opens, you didn't expect this to happen? Because as that flap opens, it's like a vacuum has just begun to from the top of your head. In other words, to slurp, to suck, to pull, to draw, as if from way down deep in the earth, there was an instruction released that sent a flash flood from deep within the core to your feet, to your body, up through your head, inside of you and travels up because it's drawn up, not because you're sending it up, but because it's drawn up. This is effortless for you. You are now the witness. That light is drawn up as if it's returning home. It knows where to go. And it's docking into the sun. And as it does, it's going to shoot off like cascades of light. And those cascades of light, as that light travels up, they're so abundant and so plentiful. As that light travels up, there are sparks. There are cascading sparks of that light just falling down, free falling in places down. And they are surrounding your body. I want you to become more aware of the sun now that you're connecting with. The sun, a cosmic stargate, back to source. And the reason we work with the sun and through the sun is because the sun will do this that it's doing right now, which is drawing up. You needed the potency of the sun to draw up from deep underneath you, through you to itself. The sun draws what we call kundalini, which is just energy. It is simple. Earth energy and drawn up through you, meeting the cosmic sun. Now that it has, do you remember those sparks that I told you about moments ago? Those little embers of light that I said to you, they're just cascading down. Well, now they're going to cascade down a lot more, because now the sun comes down, rushes down, courses down, comes down, wraps around your being, because now the sun wants to come and meet the earth within you, and so it does. And then you realize that Kundalini is a two-way street. And as the sun comes down to you and through you, by the time it hits roughly the middle of you, so from the heart, a little bit further down, down, there you go. There is a little mini flash that marks the place and the space where the earth and the heavens have met, because the sun carries all of that. The sun carries all of the heavenly cosmic light. And then you realize how the earth sighs with bliss. The earth sighs with absolute bliss, as if to say, I am back in the arms of my love. And they experience themselves as physicality in your form, the cosmic sky and the divine earth meet and dance. They dance within you. You are their dance floor. They are the dancers. And they dance. And you allow, because that's what the dance floor does. The dance floor allows the dancers to dance, and they wrap themselves around each other, through each other, intertwining with each other as if they were always in this embrace, as if they could never be separate from each other, as if they belonged, because they do, and they belong in you and through you. They belong with you. You, my cosmic dance floor. to this most divine, most magnificent, flowing of frequency. And as it courses through your body, every cell inside of you absorbs, because now you're going to start to understand something even deeper, and that is that you cannot be the host as you are right now of this exquisite divine magnificence without simultaneously experiencing it. And who and what experiences it is every cell, every single cell of your body. And let me draw your awareness now also as your cells begin to feel so nourished, filled by this light. Let me draw your awareness now to that beautiful light show, the cascading embers of divine light that were being emitted from the sun, falling down around your being. There's a secondary level of healing that's happening right now. Remember, the primary one is inside of you, cells of your body soaking it in. The secondary one is like a blanket wrapping around you. It's not secondary because it's less, it's secondary because this is the reinforcement. This is the bolstering, this is the companion to the inner healing that's taking place. And now from your skin in, you're absorbing the embers of cosmic light that are raining down around you, raining and raining and raining. And allowing more. Let's be here fully now. From time to time, it's entirely conceivable that you will still feel bigger bursts of light. From time to time, you may become aware of an unexpected surge. Let it course through you and remain open to the cosmic love light. It is being soaked up from the ground and drawn down from the heavens. Every now and then, the heavenly light, that which is the sun, every now and then, it's as if the sun gives an extra little tug and draws up into itself more of the divine earthly light, and then every now and then, it's as if that earth frequency, planetary consciousness, draws down into her sun, more sun, more cosmic sky. This is not a push-pull. This is a divine flow. Coordinated, synchronized witness from the seat of your humble presence. How good can this be? Be with it. Because every time you think, this is it, I've got it now, there's more. Heaven and earth, you're the meeting place. You're the now.
What the heck, man?
Unfolding this grand reunion, this grand homecoming. You are where all of this happens. These moments ascension is happening to you and through you. The moon is rising through you. You're in the receptivity, you're in the yes, you're in the flow. Go ahead now and stretch. Wiggle, wiggle. Stretch. However you need to. And you can remain in the stillness. Somehow the stillness is a little bit sweeter after that stretch because you create more room inside your body for the light to flow. Without rushing yourself. Giving yourself as much time and space as you need. You can gently come back and open your eyes as you're ready. Feel all of you coming back to you. It's an important moment, you don't want to miss it. Feel all of you coming back to you. Coming online in the flesh, coming online in the form, coming online through this activation. The sacred coming online inside of you. From my heart, all the way to yours. So much love. I know you feel it. So proud of you.
protein shake break. I like the outline being the colors of like whatever it's surrounding. Just looks more natural, so I'm gonna do that. I did that on the other items. Right. I will be right back. Gonna freshen up and we're gonna finish these icons. Oh, goodness. I'll look at some reference because this just is not looking right unless if I add a stroke. Let's give this a shot. That also looks bad. Most of these are not colored, like different colors. These icons are just like, they would look too similar though if they were just all. I mean, hell, I can give it a shot. Something like that, or maybe a little darker. I think that might actually be easier. And then whichever icon is selected is highlighted. much easier to not have to choose colors for this. Alright guys, so I'm gonna finish this off camera. I am gonna post my finished mock-up. Really all that's left to do is to finish coloring this in. And what helps a lot, oh, and finishing these arrows here so it matches, and they're a little thicker. But these colors seem to work really well, except I'll see. I don't want them to look too similar. I'm thinking of adding the names here, because there will be tooltips, but I don't want it to be too arbitrary. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on my journey and my brother's journey, and I will talk to you next time. See you next time. I didn't talk much this time. Alright, see ya.